Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. You tell me what about you?
Yes, I'm well. So, would you mind introducing yourself first? I'm quite excited to know about you.
Yeah, sure. As you know, my name is Nutan and I'm from Mathura and I'm a homemaker and I run a YouTube channel as well. And if I tell you about my qualifications, then I'm graduate and I'm blessed with two kids. Thank you.
First question, I am excited to know when you started, what motivated you to learn this language? And people have, a couple of different reasons that why they are working upon this language.
First thing I would say that English is my passion and it has been my passion since my childhood. And in my childhood, I used to think, I used to dream basically. I wish I could speak in English. I wish I could have a good command over English language, but I didn't have any kind of environment. And the other thing is that that moment, that era, there was no this kind of resources. We could not access them. They were not accessible, and yeah, I didn't have any idea how to do this as a subject. I studied English, but yeah, I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know how to make an effort to learn this English language. And the environment, I would say, I was lacking the environment basically. And yeah, 3 years back I started my channel. There I used to make my own videos and upload this on YouTube channel. And yeah, I used to make my own videos, like my own stuff, talking about my experiences, sometimes the thing that has happened with me earlier and happened with me, like in my school time, right? So I used to talk about all the things. The thing that was missing was my confidence. I was not confident enough. Rather, I was making like a kind of videos, but I was not confident. I was just doing it. And a month ago I got connected with this Skype group. There are a lot of people, and I got connected with them, and I started talking with them. And it's been 1 month, and on a stretch I'm talking with them, like on every single day, 3 to 4 people I am talking. So that is why I feel like I have magnified my way of speaking as well as my confidence. That has helped me a lot because of talking with people, because it really helps and it helped me a lot. That is why.
Okay. First, I would say you have got such a marvelous fluency that I can see the
Okay,
way you
thank
are.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
and I can entirely relate with you because somewhere I started my journey 2.5 years back. I'm talking about like 2.5 years back, or it's been now 3 years. I'm not entirely sure about that, but same thing. Like that environment was the issue. So I can
you.
entirely relate with you at how irritating is that
Yeah,
when you're not able to get right.
happens.
Okay, okay. So now I just want to know, as you are mother of two kids, okay? How do
Yeah.
you manage?
Ma'am, actually, first of all, I forgot to tell you that my son is in 10th class right now, and my
Oh,
daughter is in ninth class, right?
uh-huh.
But if I tell you about managing things and juggling all the things, like how doing the household chores, and reading something and making my own videos and uploading and having such a conversational video talk with people, sometimes it becomes a little bit harder. But I would say for me, it's effortless. It's effortless because since it's my fascination towards this English language, and I feel very good, very thrilled when it comes to talk with people, doing such a video talk and all. I feel like, oh, I need to need some more things. Like, I just used to think that okay, I can get a lot of kind of information, as well as I can just yeah, I can just magnify my way of speaking when it comes to talk with people. And day by day I'm talking, on every single day I'm talking like at least 3 people. It is minimum 3 people I'm talking, right? So I think that has magnified my way of speaking as well as my confidence. So I feel very good, very interested when it comes to talk with people, right? So it's
Mhm.
not very, I would say it's not very difficult task for me to maintain all the things, since it's my passion. And I would say it's kind of fire, which like on every single day I kindle that fire. Okay, I am to do this, I am to do that, right? Like that.
Oh wow, that's so beautiful. That's so great. I have talked with some people, and when I asked them, because there was a question, I was quite curious. Like, I know there are some people, they are learning this language because they want to go abroad, or they have just they have to get some, like job. They want to get some job, and because of that, they are learning this language under pressure. Like, there's a
Yeah.
pressure on their heads.
Yeah.
Whereas some people, like, even though it's a pressure on your heart, maybe like, you want to do job in future, but
Yeah.
somewhere because you have made it your passion, you're just quite,
Yeah.
you're passionate about this, so it's
Yeah.
effortless. As the
As
way
you
you have
told,
explained.
yeah,
Yes.
as as you were telling in some of your videos that we should live this language, not just
Yes.
learn or kind of boringness or monotonous. No, live this language, enjoy the language, enjoy the process. So yeah, I'm
Right.
doing this, and I would not say by seeing your video I got to know. I already know this fact. Okay, I'm to do this with the feeling of like greatness, feeling blessed. Okay, I'm getting these kind of things and I'm very interested. I'm having kind of passion towards this English language. That's a big achievement for me, because there are a lot of people out there, they just don't get that kind of passion. They just lacking the willingness towards this English language. They feel it's quite harder and quite like boring, very tedious when it comes to learn English language. They find it, they figure out like that. But in my case it's totally different.
Right. And you are right somewhere. I can entirely relate, some people, they have different mindset. They have different perspective. They're seeing it with a different perspective. But I would say if they can carry the perspective which you are having, they're going to enjoy the process.
Yeah, right,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, that's so great. And one more thing, I've talked with people and I noticed one thing in all of them, and that's the attitude. When we say if you really want to be a great doctor, you have to have that attitude first. And if you
Yeah,
really want to be an engineer, you have to have that attitude first. Same as if you want to be a teacher, you have to have the attitude of teacher. Same as I can see, you have that attitude. You know that
thank
yes,
you.
I can speak and I am speaking. That
Yeah,
attitude is just kind of like it's a kind of a sparkle. Yeah, which I can
true that,
see.
true that.
Huh, that's so great. Okay, I am excited to know about your hobbies, by the way. Just tell me what do you enjoy doing? Yes, what do you enjoy to do,
Yeah,
by the way? Uh-huh.
my hobbies, it's numerous. I would say singing, dancing, cooking food, and earlier I used to painting, and yeah, the most important thing is reading books whenever I get time. Sometimes I become so excited, so I would say I don't know what was that. I think bookish warm. I feel like myself sometimes when I like get to see any story and something, I just indulge into that. And before going to sleep I just open that particular book and start reading it. All of my family members, they are fell asleep and I'm kind of reading that book, switching on the light, reading that book particularly I'm doing that. But yeah, I will not say that I'm doing it on every single day, but yeah, whenever I feel like kind of bookish warm occurring in my mind, automatically it just awake and start I just don't worry about the timing, what's the time, and now it's time to go to bed and all. I just start reading and all. And the same thing goes with the singing, many things, but not English song, not English song, only Hindi classical songs.
Okay, wow, that's so great. So singing and dancing, okay, these are your hobbies and reading. Okay, now I just want to know from you which type of books you read first.
Yeah, my favorite is one of my favorite, The Great Stories of Munshi Premchand in English
Uh-huh.
version. I ordered it last year because of just intensifying my way of speaking, because there are a lot of words I got to know, not just word, I would say the grammatical patterns. I got to know, okay, this is these kind of like grammar rules are being written here, okay, and I can relate with that particular thing. Because sometimes what happens in Hindi, in our mother tongue, we are very good at it, like when it comes to talk about some particular things, right? But in English we try to translate, we find it difficult. How can we translate that particular sentence or something like that? But it becomes so easy, so effortless to relate with that particular, not about the story, the particular patterns, grammatical patterns, right? And yeah, the other book was Magic, the Secret. But I read it in 4 years back, and another was Alchemist. But I was kind of confused, so it's kind of blurred memories. I cannot recollect that the main story what was all. It's about one boy and the treasure and all, but I don't remember much thing about that particular book, right?
Uh-huh. Okay, wow. So
Just
you have
that,
read.
just that. Yeah.
Okay, wow. That's so great. So it's still like, you are reading, and as you have said it, I read Alchemist and The Secret 4 years back. So I can get the idea that you have been reading for quite long. Okay, even though you're making gap in between, but you are reading and you're a great reader. Okay, that's great. And one more thing, I just want to ask, as you have said about, when I read, I just get the context, I just get the some grammatical idea. Is it correct or or wrong? So first thing is this, I believe there are some people, they are able to talk, they are able to make some very simple sentences. But when it
Yeah,
comes to connecting thoughts,
yeah,
then that's something problematic for them. So I would
yeah,
say when we read books, we get the idea, we get
yeah,
the idea somewhere we are able to connect the thoughts. And
yeah,
one thing is that in order to connect the thoughts in our brain, we need knowledge. Obviously, we need knowledge.
yeah,
Some
exactly.
people say, yeah, and some people say, yeah, you know what, we will get knowledge and experience from life, like itself. But do you think life is not that long to get all the experience from life itself? We
Yeah,
need to have a guide. We should read books to get some experience. So I would say from there we just collect knowledge, and somewhere it is helping us to connect our thoughts. That's what
yeah,
I have
right.
been saying.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? When we read book, if I tell you about my experience, whenever I read book, any article I'm reading, I used to read it out loud, not just
Uh-huh.
reading it inwardly. No, I read it out loud so that I can listen that particular things and I can figure out. Okay, I'm reading it in a right way, in a proper way. That is why I do it in this manner,
Mhm.
reading out
Oh,
loud.
wow,
That
that's so
helps.
great.
That
That
helps.
helps. Somewhere it is helping you, even though we don't have that idea about it, voice modulation, that intonation. While reading, somewhere whenever your mouth is just shut and we are reading, we are not able to use our vocal cords. The way,
No.
we are just doing ups and downs, we can do when we're actually putting our mouth muscles to pronounce
Yeah.
certain words. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Happens, and some kind of concrete word we can easily like while pronouncing that particular concrete word, that moment it's become very easy, very effortless. Again and again we are like pronouncing that particular word. Let's say it's very kind of concrete word, and again we are trying to pronounce it. It becomes very easy, and it we just get used to of that particular word. And when the moment comes, when the like kind of chance comes, we are very easy. We don't have to think much and we can use that particular word without thinking how can I pronounce this and that. It's so easy that moment.
That's so great. I am seeing like, you are just speaking in that way, in a very precise, profound, and in a very clear way. Let me tell you one thing, as I've already said, like, on Saturdays, I do this. I go through my comment sections, I reply people, and I just try to check. Then suddenly I just checked. Something was written, English with something. So I entered. I checked your videos. You have, conversation with a lot of people. And that time when I was checking, I gave a compliment to you. I'm just going to reveal it here. I gave a compliment to you. And obviously, I was there. I was checking. I said, she's speaking really, in a very precise manner, in a very clear
Thank
manner.
you. Thank you. It means a lot. Thank you for your
Yes.
kind words.
Hmm. You are enjoying and you are learning and your hard work is paying off. That's what we can
Yeah,
see.
yeah, it is. And uh, earlier this was not the case. The thing was I was like kind of hesitant, and I forgot to tell you it's been 3 years since when I started my channel, and using like try to make my own videos. But the experience is it's all about 2 years, not 3 years, because second year I just dropped. Not a single video I made there. I was like kind of demotivated. I was like, no one is watching my videos and all, and I was like, nobody is appreciating me. There was nobody like at my like families and all. So I was like, no, I cannot do this. And on the top of this, I was like kind of lacking the speaking partner. I was like, how can I reach people so that I can talk with them and I can just magnify my way of speaking. Yeah, I knew that there are a lot of apps, is fluency, clapping, and all, but I didn't have the courage. I was not a courageous person enough that I should have been earlier. I was like, no, anyhow, I'm doing okay. Let's drop this all the things. And third year again, I bounced back. Nope, nobody is watching me. It's okay. It's all up to me. I have to work on myself. I have to just sharpen my way of speaking and my English. That is why I started again. I started it over, and since then I have been talking with people. But yeah, since it's because of 1 month, I have been talking with people like 3 to 4 people on every single day. That has, intensified my way of speaking, and my confidence level has been built up. I feel so.
Wow, yeah, that you are right, and I can see somewhere I can you relate with you, and I can entirely relate with you. When I started my YouTube channel in 2021, okay, in 2021, first year, in first year, I was not. You would say like I was just not I was not interested. I was thinking, okay, today just make video and leave for a week, and then again just once in a month, just again make, then again just leave. I was not that again because confidence issue. We're
Yeah.
lacking that confidence, and same like I can relate with this thing. And then what happened for complete 1 year, like 2021, 2022, I was not like serious at all. No consistent, no discipline, no discipline. What happened? And at the end of 2022, what happened? I thought it's time to now it's time to be consistent. And what I
Yeah.
used to do, let me tell you, as my channel name is Pronunciations Way. The name of my channel
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
Pronunciations Way.
Way.
So
Yeah.
what I used to do, I used to make a lot of videos all about pronunciation. How we're
Yeah.
supposed to pronounce this word, how we're supposed to pronounce that word. Every time. One day I sat and I realized like no views, no nothing. I was thinking, I'm missing something. Like there is something, so I thought, okay, what's that? I got the idea. I'm not able to connect with the people. Do
Yeah.
you think while telling people that this is how you're supposed to pronounce word, I will be able to connect with their hearts? No.
No.
By telling pronunciation, we can't. And you
Yeah.
will see like around 200 videos and were like all about this. And now I
Yeah.
guess 300 videos are there on my channel. Last year, like you would say this 2023, I became serious. I got the idea just by telling pronunciation, I will not be able to connect with their hearts. What I want to say, what's there in my heart, in my mind. Then
Yeah.
I started, the first video that I thought, all right, I'm going to say something, what I was there in my heart. I just, put this stand, I just, put this, my camera phone. I said, all right. I started saying something which was in my heart and in my mind. That was my first video, which hit like 1K suddenly. I used to get 200, 200, 100 only. And suddenly,
Okay.
1K, that time, 1K was literally like, it was, oh my God, huge number for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Huge. Very.
I said, wow, wow. I thought, all right, this is what audience need. This is what they need. They want someone I can tell what I have, been through, how I have learned. And since
Yeah.
that, now you can see what I'm doing. I'm just talking, trying to connect with their
Commendable.
heart.
It's really commendable. Whatever you
Yes,
did, it's really commendable.
yeah. So now I understand, helping, helping them and somewhere try to connect with them. Because somewhere when they are able to see that this thing is relevant, we can connect with it.
Yeah.
That's the game, that's the game of YouTube, I believe. Somewhere I have seen, you have gotten a really very command over English. Let's
Thank
suppose there
you.
is a beginner, okay, even though like the person is not a beginner, but still they have just started, okay, somewhere. what what you would suggest, what would you suggest to them that this is how you are going to get good command over English, but you should do this? So what would you suggest? Yes.
To a beginner. To a beginner.
Yes, to a
Right.
beginner. Hmm.
First of all, the thing that is needed, I think that is the crucial part to learn English: basic grammar. If the person having basic grammar knowledge, tenses, some kind of conditionals, right? When it comes to talk about storytelling, that is needed conditional. If I were this, I would do this kind of things, right? And the other thing is like day-to-day words, action words, and some particular objects name, commodities name, right? And on the top of this, I would say, if he or she is having a partner, speaking partner, that means he's lucky enough, I would say. In my mind, like to my perspective, I would say the person is lucky enough, fortunate enough, if the person is having a speaking partner, English speaking partner, right? So What that moment, what happens, they are very accustomed to talk with each other, and they will get the benefits, and it becomes very lucrative for both of them, not for the one person, for the other person as well. So yeah, if you are having a partner, like let's say on online, any like kind of a Skype group, if there are a lot of apps, groups, right? So if they are getting connected with some particular app and partner, so they can talk, and the more we talk, the better we can become in English language. This is the, I think, key factor, I would say. Speaking, all the time speaking, whether you speak broken English, busted English, it's completely okay. No one, see what happens, no one is feel that kind of things, because no one is like in the place of our shoes, right? They are doing their work, I am doing my work, I'm on my path, they are on their path, totally different. We cannot connect. If they are different, we cannot align them, right? So the thing is, speaking is important. So as I told you about my journey, I also used to speak, whether I was like a kind of I didn't have any partner, although I was just doing by my own. So the thing is, talk with yourself. If nobody is with you, like you are lacking the partner, just talk with yourself, get yourself recorded, that's it, and then listen it, figure out what were the mistakes and how can you rectify them. These kind of things you can do. Self talk is important, because we all the time, as a human being, we all the time think in our mother tongue.
Right.
So why can't we think in English? At least translate, do the translation. It's not a bully thing. We can do. I also used to do like translation and all, translation formation. Not it. It just not come up automatically. Like I'm. What is happening with me right now nowadays? Like whenever I like wake up in the morning, automatically whatever is coming, whatever is occurring, it's in English, not in Hindi. It is happening with me. So this is happening because of, there are a lot of I would say efforts I put in earlier. That is why. So initially we can do the translation, it's not a bad thing, I would say. We can do the translation and do the self talk. Whatever you think, try to make more effort and translate all the things from your mother tongue into English. That really helps, and it has helped me a lot. That is why.
Okay, wow, that's great. I really want, I really want those people, please listen and just try to do this. Because
Yeah.
somewhere, okay, a lot of people say that you should speak, speak, speak. Okay, speaking counts. But I believe at the same time, there are a lot of things which also counts. Like if you're reading, it
Yeah.
counts. If you're talking to yourself, it counts. If you're
It counts.
speaking in front of mirror, that counts. Thinking
Yeah,
in English counts,
absolutely.
right? Everything
Happens.
counts.
Yeah,
Right.
it really does make a difference.
Right. Yeah. Yes. Hmm. Okay. All right. So I one more thing, because people ask about a lot of books. I would like to know from you. Okay. As like I have just recommended some books in my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I
I
want.
know.
Would you like to share any book from people, like and any like basic book which they can read? Yes. Any basic book.
Basic, I would say it's really basic. Which book I am reading, like the great story of Munshi Premchand. Day to day things are happening. Like in old age, what used to happen that era, ancient time. Okay, those type of things were written there in that particular book. And apart from this, the book I was telling you, magic. There are the words, the sentence formation is very easy, very basic, and I found that. That is why I'm telling you. And it's not necessary that you also take the same way, the book I'm telling you about. Okay, but yeah, I found that the words are very easy written over that particular book, and the grammar formation, grammar patterns were very easy, very effortless. Anyone can understand it so easily, so effortlessly.
Are you talking about magic or the secret? Magic.
Secret magic.
Okay.
I don't remember the author's name, but yeah, it's all about law of attraction and all.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I read three books. I get first was The Secret, second was The Law of Attraction, and the third was The Power of a Subconscious Mind. And one day I was just checking a video about, I was just doing some research on the law of attraction, okay, like manifestation and all. And I got like five books, like the topmost books, which I can read about that. So like they recommended these, three books I already
Yeah,
found. right?
Yeah, yeah. So this is the book actually. I was just kind of that moment perplexed. The thing is the secret, and it's all about law of attraction in this particular book.
Right. Right. And somewhere these books are similar. Somewhere books
Yeah,
are similar, right?
similar. We know what
Right.
is law of attraction and all, and how can this like manifested, and how can we like visualize things, and it really works. I would say. I
Right.
would not say about that particular book. After I read that book, no, it's already in my mind. Casually, I just find this book and I just start reading. But yeah, I know this earlier. I knew the idea. It's all about, law of attraction and all.
Okay. And The Power of Subconscious Mind was the first book which I read in my life because earlier I was not a reader. I used to hate English first. Frankly, just speaking here, I used to hate English. I guess three
Okay.
years I used to hate literally. I could not utter even a single sentence. I was that kind of person actually. Because my reason was that I used to hate. Hate means hate. I used to leave the groups where people used to speak in English. And I was very okay to feel embarrassed. So
Okay.
that was the time when I started my journey. So Power of Subconscious Mind, that was
Yeah.
the first book I started reading, and that book was making sense to me. I said, "What is this? I'm not able to understand anything." But now
Okay.
I read it book twice, and it's
Okay.
not only I'm reading. First, I started developing my reading habit. I developed a second. I started having that conversation with an author. Third,
Okay.
I started sharing it with people. And fourth, I started implementing in my life. So I would say now
Okay.
books are great treasures for me.
Yeah, I just wanted to connect with you, and you have given me this opportunity. So I'm really this time feel very awesome and gratitude. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right.